Good morning and welcome to Second Coffee on the 117th day of 2023. Here we go. Splendid. You have brought him to the right place. The well-dressed man was finished distracting them, which meant their indexes had passed. He made a theatrical flourish and a door opened in the darkness, a rectangular hole that bled smoky red light. Noise spilled out. Loud music, laughter, a wave crash of voices. "Enjoy your visit," he said. "Tell your friends." Then he was gone, and they were flowing forward into the scarlet glow. The music reached out to gather them in like a pseudopod of some immense but invisible energy creature. Blaringly loud, it sounded like the bouncy swing jazz of the previous century, but it had strange hiccups and slurs, secret rhythms, moving deep inside like the heartbeat of a stalking predator. It was captivating. Renee found herself humming along before she could even make out words, but those came quickly enough. "There's no call for consternation," someone was singing urgently as the orchestra wailed and stomped in the background. "A smiling face is invitation enough, no bluff, so bring your stuff to the celebration." The lounge was impossibly huge, a monstrous red-lit octagon, the pillars that marked its angles, each one broad as a skyscraper, stretched up to disappear in shadow far above. The vertical rows of lights that trimmed them grew closer together and at last shrank into continuous lines of radiance as distance squeezed them. Up where even those lights failed, up in the unspeakable heights of the ceiling, sparkling fireworks zigged and carooned endlessly against the blackness. Spotlights wheeled through the smoky air, pushing fast-moving eclipses of bright red across the velvet walls. Hundreds of booths sprawled between the pillars and filled the ringing balconies, which circled up at least a dozen floors before the swirling clouds of smoke made counting impossible. An almost endless mushroom forest of tables covered the shiny main floor, with silver-clad figures speeding between them like pinballs off bumpers. 1,000 waiters and waitresses, 2,000, more, all moving swiftly and frictionlessly as beads of mercury. In the center of the enormous room, the orchestra stood on a floating stage that sparkled and revolved like a sideways Ferris wheel. The musicians wore black and white formal suits, but there was nothing formal about them. They were cartoonishly attenuated and two-dimensional.